Welcome back to the Black Ice. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take you to goalie school, EA goalie school. What the most important aspect of goalie building is the synergy between you and the attributes. But EA doesn't really explain all the attributes, or in my opinion, they don't tell you everything it does. So therefore you're just building it based on numbers. If I jack this up, this is good. If I jack this up, let's try to take away the noise so it can be smooth. All right, again, this is my opinion. This is how I've always seen the game. I've especially seen the game better this year than in previous because EA has preloaded a bunch of stuff. So what we're going to do to not keep this video very long, we're going to go through each category in a series of videos. That way we can better explain things and break things down a little better. EA is welcome in the comments to say this is wrong, but they'll also have to say this is right. So let's get right into it. All right, so we're going to start with a hybrid build. We're just going to keep it here. We don't really care about any of these yet. We'll do a different video for this, but we're just going to start with the hybrid. We really can start with anything, but we're going to start with the most mid-ground build, which is the hybrid. And we're going to start in the positioning. We're only going to do positioning today. This is all we're going to do. So the first thing you have to do is understand that whatever has to deal with animation in the game is going to cost you more. So anything that has to do with pure animation is going to cost you more, right? So breakaways, 1, 2, then the price increases because it doesn't have to do with animation. It's more reactionary. It's not animation, right? Recovery, directly related to animation. So 1, it already costs you money. Another one, it already costs you money, right? So angles, not animation level, right? So anything that costs you money, rebounds, animation. Anything that has to do with animation. And I'm going to show you this real quick, even though we're not going to get into it. Speed, not animation related. Agility, animation related. Anything that costs you is animation related will cost you stuff right away. All of these, not right away. Okay? So let's go back. Let's focus on this. I got to remember to focus on this. So here's the deal. Rebounds are your best friend and your worst enemy. Because rebounds, you can direction the shot and put it down in what EA calls safe zones. But EA doesn't, in sixes, safe zones aren't a real thing. And I mean that because safe zones for a computer, that the game does a large part of what it does for the computer aspect of the game. So if it's putting a rebound down in a safe area where it thinks then the computer can cover it real quick. If your build isn't set up to cover it real quick, you're not going to cover it as quick as the computer will. So rebounds are one of those things that are in between. Yes, you can make controlled save and redirect it, but you might not want to control it where EA wants you to control it. Right? So when you get, for each of these categories, when you get past 95, each one of these, when you get past 95, angles, like I said, when you get past 95, you're no longer dealing with you as part of the human element in the game. You're dealing with the AI version of the game. So everything past 95 is low return to you because you can't play like the computer. You don't read shot releases like the computer. You're not watching stick blade or intent when they pull the stick a certain way. You can't do that. So everything past that is for the computer. That's why I say synergy is important, because certain things you want the computer to do and be able to take care of, and certain things you don't want the computer to do and be able to take care of because they're reading it different than you are, or reacting to something or waiting for you to react, right? Vision, the likelihood of being screened, no. Vision is the trigger of when your save animations start, right? So vision, without vision, you will be late on save triggers. But here's the thing. In this game, these stats don't actually have to be that high, right? So at 95, again, what number? You can't get to 95. You can only do it on, or you can, when you increase your height, you can get to 95. But most of the stuff in this game, you can have an 89 and 90, and you will be fine, perfectly fine. You will make almost identical saves and identical everything. It's the chaotic moments that you're trying to prevent. It's the X factor moments with skaters that you're trying to prevent. So it's like, it's almost a placebo effect. These numbers just make you feel good. They make you feel comfortable, but they're not really doing that much for you, right? So vision is more of an animation trigger. Say, hey, when do I want this when do I want my save to start? Because the game can assume a shot was taken, but not actually seen it, and then just fire a save animation, right? So vision is the trigger. It's not just screens, or it's the trigger for, hey, I saw this clean. It can give you a cleaner animation, and it'll give you a cleaner save, right? So you'll be able to save a lot of shots, and then it just hits you, or it hits your glove or your pad or whatever, and it just bounces because he didn't see it clearly. The game knows it was triggered, but the vision didn't allow you. It's like having high rebound control, right? But you don't have vision above rebound control, which then makes the game not see it. So therefore, you can't control the rebound if you didn't see it. It's just going to hit you and bounce somewhere. You have no control over the rebound if you can't see it. Breakaways is one of those stats that work but don't work, right? So it increases your reflexes when facing a breakaway attempt. That it does. On breakaways, what the game does is it gives advantage skaters. So on a breakaway, the skater's likelihood of doing a good deke or controlling the puck and the puck not being on edge increases by like 20%. Now the goalie's ability to save decreases by like 50%. So the skater automatically has the advantage. The breakaway numbers just bring it back up to make it square and even again. They don't actually, it doesn't give you an advantage, right? And if you don't go in the right direction, if you hesitate in the wrong direction, then it doesn't matter that you are now even. You lost, right? Angles is the one that I think this year, and again, this is the one that I'm probably going to get the most pushback on. This is the one I'd like EA to confirm and EA to say something, because I'm going to get the most pushback on this one. So angles, to me, it doesn't just apply the boost when you're using instinct aim or trying to guess where the shot is going to go. For me, what I've seen in the game is angles helps your goalie think, or the game think, that you're in a better position than you are, so it triggers a better animation, right? So in the game, it's like when you put on vision control and you're like, I want to focus on, vision control is just, I want to move slower, but focus on the puck because I'm ready to save the puck because I think he's going to shoot. That's what vision control does. Vision control slows your guy down, not as much twitch. So the game is focused on all the animation triggers and try to sequence all the animation triggers to save the puck at the time. Now, what I've noticed is when your angle is high, the goalie then tells the game, all those animation triggers that we wanted, we can fire them now because the angles are so high, we think we're in position when we might just be off position a little bit. So think of it like an X, right? So if the middle is your best place to save the shot, right? But if you are slightly off angle a little bit, with higher angles, it's like, nah, we still got the X. We could fire the same save animation. We still got it. We're good. So that's why I love angles this year. And it's not, EA is not going to tell you this. I promise you they're not. So that is my biggest take on angles this year. Now, recovery is the most important stat for human goalies because the game works in like milliseconds, microseconds, whichever is just itsy bitsy little bits of data. So every time you move, the game has to reset itself. So when the game resets itself, now the AI is like, okay, we can fire the right save and make everything perfect. It's like if you start at 100, right? And your standstill movement is 100. Every time you're moving, it's 75. Right? So if the game starts at 100 because you're ready, you're poised, you're ready for the shot, but every time you're in a motion, your save abilities or the perfect trigger for all the animation drops to a 75. So what recovery does is when you move, it takes that 75 that you're now in state, and the quicker that the higher recovery is, and again, there's certain numbers, once you go over it, it's no good to you. But once you have higher recovery, then the game is like, all right, you moved, you're at 75, but you slightly stopped. Now we increase it to 80. All right, you completely stop. All right, we're going to 95. We're not at 100, but we're going to 95 because you just came out of a movement. So the more recovery you have, the better that increase is when you let go of the left stick, right? So that is what recovery does. Your ability to how quickly you recover after a save. Yes, it's not just getting up. It's the game's ability to then say, all right, everything is good. We can fire the right animation. So that's the positioning category. We'll get into the rest of the category. I'm going to do a part 4, I guess, 4 parts. That way we can better explain each thing as we go, just like we went into this. Boys and girls, see you next time.